Now, for nearly 2 years, President Uhuru Kenyatta declined to appoint 41 judges to 3 different courts, despite repeated court orders requiring him to follow procedure in a tussle that strained relations between the judiciary and the executive. A stalemate that forced retired Chief Justice David Maraga to surrender to the public, saying the president had ignored his calls for an appointment and that he should have been impeached. Barely 2 weeks into the tenure of Chief Justice Martha Koome, President Kenyatta has acted on the names in what may set yet another stage for legal battles against him. Sam Gituku explains.
When the Judicial Service Commission in July 2019 submitted names of 41 nominee judges to the President for appointment, they had hoped for automatic action. Weeks upon months and nearly 2 years, the President was unmoved. As soon as it became apparent he was unyielding, Adrian Kamotho moved to the High Court to compel the President to appoint the judges as recommended by the Judicial Service Commission. In February 2020, a 3-judge bench found the President had no role in considering afresh a list of nominees by JSC and that he had violated the Constitution. The President still did not yield. On the same day, the same judges dismissed a petition that had been filed by David Kariuki Ngari that had sought to defend the President's action on the basis that to hire 41 new judges would have been costly and not based on proper needs assessment by the JSC. Nearly a year after JSC recommendation to the President, Chief Justice David Maraga had had enough. It was time to call out the President.
The President cannot change the list, review it, or reject some names. He cannot decide to cherry pick from the list of nominees. The Constitution does not donate any mandate to the President to perform any other act upon receipt of the names recommended by the chairs, except to appoint them.
At the time, the Attorney General had filed notices of appeal but never really appealed against findings of the High Court on the 2 petitions. The relations took a different turn.
Of particular concern is the fact that these emotive and highly charged public attacks by the Honourable the Chief Justice have now taken a decisively personal slant.
The relations between the heads of 2 arms of government worsened with no clear chains of communication.
You also know that I have, for a long time now, unsuccessfully sought an appointment to discuss this issue with you, leaving me with no option but to raise the matter through this public statement.
Maraga left office having not achieved what would have been the largest appointment of judges, by which time one of the nominees had died. He would cite the President's actions impeachable.
The recourse for the President would be impeachment. But that doesn't happen in jurisdictions like ours, and that's why it has persisted on up to now. The Kenyans have representatives in Parliament. I believe there is a provision for which Parliament, if it wanted to, can use to impeach the President, so that everybody is held accountable.
Fast forward, the Judicial Service Commission invited applications to replace Maraga. When Chief Justice Martha Koome faced the interviewing panel, she was confident she would unlock the stalemate. She had told her interviewers she would be determined in finding out what was the hindrance.
I will pick up a phone and fix an appointment with the appointing authority.
The lady have either an assurance that my lady's cause will be picked, or 2, a way that will make my lady's cause be picked.
When I'm occupying this office authorizes me to pick up a call and ask to speak to His Excellency, the President. Even if it has been tried before and it has failed, I'm not the one who tried, so I must try it.
As if to spot the retired CJ, barely 2 weeks into CJ Koome's tenure, 34 judges have now been appointed, 6 left out. Not yet clear if she had agreed to the turn of events. An action that leaves the President exposed, as the High Court had found that he had no power to cherry-pick who to appoint and was bound by the recommendations of the JSC. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV, Nairobi.